Hey guys, how's it going? This is gonna be my review for Before Sunset. The film was released in 2004. It takes place 9 years later. Um, from the previous film Before Sunrise, and you've got the main characters back: Ethan Hawke, Jesse, and Julie Delpy, Celine. It's again, it's written and directed by Richard Linklater, and also Julie Delpy and Ethan Hawke have writing credits as well. And it was nominated for an Oscar for Best Writing as well, but it didn't win. Yeah, the sequel is another masterpiece in filmmaking, romantic filmmaking. Jesse, at the start, we'll find out that he's wrote a book, and he's became kind of a famous author, and he's doing like book signings all over these cities, all over famous cities, and his last book signing is in Paris. He's in a bookshop in Paris, which when I was watching the film, I was over in Paris with my girlfriend a couple of years ago, and I think that the bookstore that Ethan Hawke's in, we were outside that bookstore looking in. It wasn't open, but we were in it looking, just looking through the window. I think that was the same bookstore that was used in this film for the book signing at the start. But yeah, on to the film, and Ethan Hawke, is doing a book signing, and he's talking, he's talking to these, like, a wee audience, and into the bookstore comes Celine, and Ethan Hawke sees her, and he can't believe it. He's like, holy shit. Because at the end of Before Sunrise, I forgot to mention it in the previous one, the lose contact. They said they were going to meet 6 months, on the train line in Vienna, 6 months later. So that was like December 1994. But in this one, we find out Celine's grandma died on the day that she was supposed to meet Jesse. So it's been 9 years since they've seen one another, and it's another one. They're in Paris, and they can't believe they're talking to one another again, because it's been 9 years since they've seen each other, and they're walking through Paris, and they're just they're more mature now, and they're talking about the book that Jesse's wrote, which the book he wrote is apparently about Celine and that one night, back in Vienna, and they're talking about his book, and they're talking about what's she's her new job, and she used to live in New York, near him, and he didn't know this, and then just talking about their sex lives, and talking about his Jesse's now married with his son, but his relationship with his wife is on the rocks. It's not so good, and they're walking through Paris. Paris is such a beautiful city. They're walking, going down the Seine on a boat, and you see Notre Dame and stuff, and they're going to the wee cafes, and just walking along the streets of Paris, just the same as the first one in Vienna. The camera's just following them like through Paris. They're just talking to one another. Again, really, really, really good chemistry. And they're just talking about everyday life and their relationships, and what they've been doing since then, and just talking about that night in Vienna. Just a really, really, really good film, and I can't recommend it enough again. The performances are really, really good. The directing, the writing, just everything about it is just what a romantic comedy should be. Well, again, I say romantic comedy, it's more romantic. There is comedy elements in it, but it would be more a romantic movie. just taking out the comedy. There is a few elements in it. You know, there's no real other characters in this one apart from them. You know, so can't really. There's no real. Well, I say memorable scenes. You know, you've got the scene in the cafe. You've got the boat trip down the Seine. So yeah, there is. You know, there is memorable scenes in it, but it's just a movie. You know, as a whole, the whole way through, it's really really good. And you know, the ending. I don't really want to say, you know, if they get together or, you know, they leave again without, you know, exchanging numbers or anything. But, you know, the ending takes place in her apartment. And I think it's a really good ending because, you know, before midnight, it was the ending, I think, was sort of set up for a sequel. I think Linklater he was like in his mind, he was like, I think I'm going to leave it like this, and then, you know, release another film in years to come. I just, you know, think that's what he had in his mind. So, you know, the ending, I really enjoyed the ending, and the film, like, it's a masterpiece as well. So it's 9.5 out of 10, you know, for Before Sunset. You know, it's on par with the original. Great, one of the best sequels ever made, right here. And I'm really really looking forward to Before Midnight because, you know, I just rewatched Before Sunrise and Before Sunset last night, so I'm going to be watching Before Midnight later on and hopefully have a review of it up tomorrow or the next day. So yeah, if you get a chance, definitely check out Before Sunrise and Before Sunset. They're both really really good, you know, romantic films. If you're in a romantic mood, or, you know, you've got a girl around or whatever and you just want a movie to watch, definitely check out both of these. You won't be disappointed. Highly highly recommend these two films. So thanks for watching, guys, and Before Midnight review will be up tomorrow or hopefully the next day. So take care, guys, and cheers for watching. Bye.